Day-to-day life in Israel is becoming intolerable, and we have more and more people describing the life waiting for the attack that's coming from Iran and the resistance fronts following the assassinations of the leaders in Hamas and in Hezbollah. We've seen cities in Israel with no one in them over the weekend. Everyone is on high alert. It's stunting the businesses. No one knows what to expect. Economically, they're already suffering, and they're suffering even further. And everyone is on high alert. However, we still have the war going on, the genocide going on in Gaza. Israel still committing barbaric actions against the civilians. And the past 24 hours, they massacred over 54 people in two schools, Al-Nasr school and Hassan Salama school. And they also had a strike on Shuhada al-Aqsa hospital. These people attack schools and hospitals deliberately to kill people, to torture them as much as possible. They've been enabled, and they're still continuing with this barbarism. However, we're also seeing attacks from the resistance. Al-Qassam brigades, the armed wing of Hamas, they targeted two Israeli tanks in southern Gaza with the Yasin 105. And we had actions from the PIJ's armed wing, Saray al-Quds, and the armed wing of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, the forces of Umar al-Qasim, they're called, launching missiles on Israel. We're seeing more missiles being launched at Israel from Gaza, when in certain periods we haven't seen that for months, because Gaza was more engaged in defensive war. But now you're seeing more missiles launched at Israel and deep into Israel. So we're talking about areas like Ashdod or Sdud and close to Tel Aviv. Yesterday, Israel reported that one missile was intended to reach Tel Aviv. However, they intercepted it before. And you're talking about dozens of missiles. And if we focus on that for a bit, you're talking about a great failure for Israel, that 10 months in, they're still facing all of these actions from Gaza, and they are still holding strategic weapons that can threaten Israel deep inside of Israel. And we're also having more intense attacks from Lebanon. Today, Hezbollah attacked approximately 10 Israeli bases and locations, and every day we're seeing dozens of missiles launched on Israel from Hezbollah. Last night they had a very large attack on an area near Kiryat Shmone with approximately 50 missiles. And that's not the response. That's not the big response that everyone is waiting for. We also had Yemen. Yemen took down another MQ-9 today. This is a continuation of their actions against the Genocide Coalition, and it proves that the Genocide Coalition is not effective with Yemen. They've been active with them for the past 8 months now, and Yemen is continuing its support for Gaza and its embargo and everything linked with Israel. Everyone is asking, when is this response going to come from the resistance movements and Iran? And there's a lot of pressure being applied on Iran from multiple countries. They have had a visit from the Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi to try and de-escalate. I will be talking about that in my live stream. We also had more countries contacting Iran and Hezbollah trying to de-escalate. However, the response that's coming from Iran is that they will be retaliating, and the actions that Israel committed against them by assassinating the Hamas leader in Tehran crossed all red lines.